Before you do anything else this morning, before you check your phone, before you scroll through the news, before you start running through everything that is waiting on you today, I want you to take one slow breath right now, just one. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let the weight of everything that is coming today sit somewhere other than your chest for just a few minutes. Because this moment right here, right now, before the day has had a chance to rush at you, this is the most important moment of your entire day. Not the meeting you have to get to, not the appointment you are already dreading, not the phone call you are waiting on that has not come yet. This moment, right now, before anything else gets your attention, God is asking for it first. That is what this prayer is about. Seeking Him first, not second. Not when everything falls apart and you run out of other options. Not when you are already exhausted and the day is almost done. First, before the noise starts, before the worry sets in, before the to-do list takes over your mind and pulls you in 10 different directions before your first cup of coffee is even finished, there is something that happens when you come to God before the world gets to you. Something settles. Something inside you remembers who you belong to, and that changes everything about how you walk through the rest of the day. The hard things do not disappear, the challenges do not get smaller, but you are different when you walk into them. You are grounded in a way you simply cannot manufacture on your own. So if you have been waiting for something to tell you to stop and be still for a few minutes, this is it. Stay here with me. We are going to pray together right now. And I want you to know that God is not waiting to see how serious you are before He shows up. He is already here, already listening, already leaning toward you before you say the first word. Let us pray. Father, I come before you this morning with a grateful heart. Before I ask you for a single thing, before I bring you any request at all, I want to stop right here and say thank you. Not just with words I have said so many times they have become automatic, but with something honest and real that comes from deep inside me. Thank you for this morning. Thank you that I woke up. Thank you that air came into my lungs without me having to think about it or ask for it. Thank you that my eyes opened and the day was still there waiting for me. Because for someone today that did not happen. For someone's family this morning, this is the first day without a person they loved, and there will be no more mornings for that person. I do not take this one lightly. Thank you for the roof over my head. Whatever that looks like, a house I have lived in for decades, or a room I am renting month to month, or a small space that is not what I hoped for but is shelter. And you kept me covered through the night, and I am not going to move past that without saying so. Thank you for my mind. Thank you that I can think clearly this morning, that I can hear these words and follow them, that my memory still holds the things that matter to me. There are people waking up in rooms this morning where clarity is a luxury, where thought is a struggle, and I will not take for granted what they would give anything to have. Thank you for the people you have put in my life, the ones who have known me long enough to have seen my worst days and chose not to go anywhere, the ones who call just to check in and do not need anything in return, the ones who are not here anymore but left something inside me that will never leave, something they planted that is still growing. Thank you for every one of them. Thank you for your faithfulness. When I went cold and quiet and stopped coming to you with any consistency, you did not go cold. When I let weeks turn into longer periods without opening my Bible or saying much more than a tired good night, you were there the whole time. When I finally came back, there was no lecture waiting, no door closed, just the same presence I left, patient and unchanged. That kind of faithfulness is beyond what I deserve, and I want to name it out loud. Thank you for battles I did not even know I was in. For threats that never materialized because you redirected them before they reached me. For doors that stayed locked because what was behind them would have cost me more than I knew. For people who walked out of my life and I grieved them, but you could already see what I could not see. That their leaving made room for something better. Thank you for the protection I will never be able to fully account for this side of eternity. Thank you for second chances, and third ones, and the ones I have long since stopped counting. I come to you this morning not because I have myself together. I come before you because I do not. I come to you first, before the day can convince me I can manage everything on my own, because I know now in a way I did not always know, that I cannot. And today I am done pretending otherwise. Lord, I want to give this day to you before it belongs to anything or anyone else, before I look at a single notification, before I check what is happening in the world, before I start solving problems, before I let the pace of the day overtake me. I want to put it in your hands first. I surrender my morning to you. The quiet before anyone else wakes up, the list I wrote last night that is already too long, the emails sitting unread, the plans I have made, all of it. Before I touch any of it, I give it to you. I surrender my plans to you, the ones I am excited about, the ones I am nervous about, the ones I have been praying about for a long time and still cannot see how they are going to work out, the ones I made carefully and the ones I made in a hurry. Every plan that has my name attached to it, I place into your hands this morning, because your hands are the best place any plan of mine has ever been. I surrender my worries to you. And Lord, you know exactly what they are. You know the one that was sitting on my chest when I woke up, the one about money, the one about a relationship that does not feel stable, the one about my health or the health of someone I am watching suffer and cannot fix, the one about a situation I have turned over in my mind so many times, I have worn grooves in my thinking. I do not have to explain any of it to you. I just need to give it to you and stop treating it like it belongs to me. I surrender my need to control to you. The exhausting habit of running through every possible outcome before anything has even happened. The way I hold my breath waiting for the next bad thing. The preparation for disaster that lives just under the surface of a normal day. Lord, I let go of all of that right now and I place it in your care. I surrender my pride to you. The part of me that hesitates to ask for help. The part that wants everyone around me to believe I am fine, even when I am nowhere close to fine. The part that stays quiet when I should be kneeling. The part that makes me keep a certain distance from vulnerability, because vulnerability has cost me before. I bring all of that to you today, without dressing it up. I surrender my fears to you. The fear of failure, the fear of being left, the fear of not measuring up, the fear of watching something I love fall apart in slow motion and not being able to stop it, the fear of not being enough for the people who need me to be enough. I lay every single one of those fears at your feet because they are too heavy for me to keep carrying, and you never asked me to carry them in the first place. I surrender my future to you, the version I have imagined, the version I am afraid of, the version I cannot see yet, all of it. Every year I have not lived yet, I release into your hands this morning, trusting that the plan you have for me is not a plan to harm me, that it is a plan for a future and a hope. I choose to believe that again today, even if I did not fully believe it yesterday. This day is yours, Lord, the hours I can see clearly and the ones I cannot, the conversations I am ready for and the ones that will blindside me, the moments of joy and the moments where I will need more strength than I think I have. It all belongs to you. Take it, shape it, use it for something that actually matters. Lord, I want to be specific now. I am not going to pray around the edges of things. I believe you are a God who cares about specific details, and I want to name real things. There is someone listening to this prayer right now who got up this morning and felt dread before they felt anything else. Not sadness exactly, just a heaviness, like the day was already too much before it had a chance to begin. Lord, reach into that heaviness right now. Let something lift. Let them feel, even in a small and quiet way, that today does not have to be what yesterday was, that the heaviness is not their permanent condition, and it is not your will for them. There is someone who has not slept well in a long time. Not one bad night, but weeks of nights where they lie down exhausted and still wake up tired, where worry has been stealing their rest before they even know it is happening. Lord, give them peace today that goes deeper than sleep, a peace that cannot be manufactured by circumstances getting easier, because the circumstances may not get easier today, a peace that comes straight from you and does not need conditions to be met before it arrives. There is someone who is sitting in a parking lot right now before a shift they are dreading, or a building they are nervous to walk into. Someone staring at a steering wheel, trying to gather enough courage to open the car door. Lord, go ahead of them. Go into whatever building they are about to walk into before they get there. Calm their nerves. Sharpen their thinking. Let the right words come when they need them. Let the right doors open at the right time. And if this particular door is not the right one for them, close it clearly and open the next one soon. There is someone facing a medical situation this morning, either as the patient lying in a bed with tubes and machines and a chart full of numbers that feel frightening, or as the person sitting in a plastic chair beside that bed, running out of prayers because they have been praying this same prayer for so long and the answer has not come yet. Lord, step into every one of those rooms, not in a distant, theoretical way, in a real, felt, undeniable way. Let your presence be palpable in those spaces. Heal what needs healing. Comfort what is terrified. Strengthen what has gone weak. Work in those bodies, the lungs, the liver, the kidneys, the heart, the blood, the nerves, the marrow inside the bones, the cells that medicine cannot reach. Work in all of it in ways that belong only to you. There is someone who recently walked out of a relationship, or had one end without their consent, or watched a marriage come apart after years of trying, or lost a friendship that felt like a permanent part of their life. And now they are sitting in spaces that feel different, quieter, emptier, in a way that is hard to describe to people who have not felt it. Lord, sit with them in that emptiness. Do not let them be alone in it. Let your presence be company that is real enough to feel, and let them know, clearly, kindly, that what looks like an ending in their hands has the potential to become a beginning in yours. There is someone who is living with pain every single day, not occasionally, every day. Pain that greets them in the morning and is still there when they try to sleep. Pain that has changed what they can do and how they move and who they feel like they are now compared to who they were before. Lord, touch them. Bring relief. Let there be a moment today, even one moment, where something eases, where something in their body responds to you in a way that reminds them you have not stopped paying attention. You are still working. You still care about their comfort and their wholeness and their ability to live a full life. There is someone carrying a secret this morning, something nobody around them knows about, something they are ashamed of, or something they are afraid of, or something they are both ashamed of and afraid of at the same time. And they came to this prayer maybe because they are desperate for someone or something to make them feel less alone in it. Lord, let this prayer reach that person in the most private, specific place they are keeping this. Let them know, with real certainty, not just a hopeful guess, that you already see all of it and you are not recoiling. You are not stepping back. You are not waiting for them to clean it up before you will come close. You are moving toward them with mercy that has not been exhausted, and grace that does not have a limit, and love that does not come with conditions they have to meet first. Lord, see every person who came to this prayer this morning, every person who pressed play, every person who needed something and was not sure what, but knew they needed something. See them individually. Meet each one of them where they actually are, not where they pretend to be. They are yours, every single one of them. Let me come back to you for a moment, whoever you are and wherever you are sitting right now. Maybe you found this prayer because something in the title caught you. Maybe you came because a friend sent it to you and you thought you would give it a few minutes. Maybe you have been listening to prayers like this for years and this is a familiar morning rhythm for you. Maybe this is the first time you have done something like this and you are not sure what you expected, but you stayed anyway. It does not matter how you got here. What matters is that you are here. And I want to say something to you directly. You did not have to choose this morning. You could have given the first minutes of your day to anything. The news, social media, whatever worry has been waiting at the edge of your mind since you opened your eyes. You chose this instead. You chose to seek God first today. Even if it was a quiet choice, even if you made it half asleep, even if you are not totally sure you believe everything you heard in this prayer, you turned toward God before you turned toward the world. And that is exactly what this day needed from you. Now stay with me. We are going further. Father, I want to declare some things over this day, not wishful thinking, not pretty words that sound good but do not mean much. Real declarations that I choose to stand on, even when standing on them is a decision made against what my feelings tell me. I declare that this day belongs to you, not to my anxiety about it, not to whatever bad news might come, not to the people who have the ability to disappoint me or frustrate me, not to the weight of what I have been carrying. This day belongs to you, and I have handed it over, and that is final. I declare that goodness and mercy are following me today. This is not wishful thinking. This is scripture. All the days of my life, goodness and mercy follow me. That means today. That means even on days where I cannot see it. That means especially on days where I cannot feel it. Goodness and mercy are on the path ahead of me before I take a single step out into this day. I declare that no weapon formed against me today will succeed. Not the weapon of discouragement that tries to make me believe nothing will ever change. Not the weapon of shame that tries to keep me small and quiet. Not the weapon of comparison that wants me to look at someone else's life and conclude mine is not enough. Not the weapon of isolation that wants me to believe nobody cares. Not one of those weapons gets to have the final word. The final word belongs to God, and He has spoken it clearly. You are loved, you are covered, you are not defeated. I declare that I am strong in the Lord today, not in my own strength, which is real but limited and runs out. In His. His strength is renewed every morning, and it is available to me every single hour of this day. When I hit the wall of my own capacity, His capacity picks up exactly where mine left off. I declare that strength available right now. I declare that I have wisdom available for every decision I face today. Not just the big decisions, every decision. The ones that seem small but are actually important. The ones where I only have a moment to respond. The ones where I have been going back and forth for a long time and need some clarity. Wisdom is available. It comes from above. I am asking for it, and I am expecting it. I declare that my heart is protected today. Protected from offense I do not need to carry. Protected from bitterness that wants to settle in. Protected from fear that wants to build a home in my chest. My heart is kept by a God who takes that job seriously. I declare that the Lord is my shepherd today. That means I will not spend today lacking what I truly need. That means even when I walk through something hard today, I will not walk through it alone. That means His rod and His staff are present in every corridor I pass through, including the ones that feel dark and uncertain. I am not wandering through today without a guide. The best guide in existence is leading me. I declare that light is going to break into areas of my life that have been dark too long. Areas I have given up expecting light in. Areas I have started to think of as just a permanent part of my story. Lord, I declare today that darkness does not get to be permanent. You spoke light into darkness at the beginning of everything, and you are still speaking it. Speak it into my story today. I declare that every chain that has tried to hold me back is being broken, not eventually, today. The chains of old habits that do not belong on me anymore. The chains of fear about the future. The chains of past failures that someone keeps trying to remind me of. Every chain, I declare it broken in the name of Jesus. And what is free does not have to go back. Lord, I want to pray now for the family. The people who are closest to my life and who I carry in my heart every day. I pray for the marriage in my family that is under the most pressure right now. Lord, you know exactly which one. The one where two people who love each other have been sleeping on opposite sides of more than just a bed. Where the communication has gotten short and the warmth has gotten cool and neither person knows quite how to get back to where they were. Lord, go into that marriage today. Soften what has gotten hard. Open conversations that have been avoiding themselves. Let something tender emerge from where there has been tension. Remind both people what they chose and why they chose it. Let your love be the middle ground where their love finds its footing again. I pray for the children in my family. For the young ones who are still small enough that the world has not had a chance to disappoint them yet. Lord, protect that innocence as long as you can. Let them grow up knowing that they are loved not just by the people around them, but by a God who knew their name before they were born. Let faith take root in them early and run deep. I pray for the teenagers and the young adults who are navigating a world that is noisier and more confusing and more pressured than any generation before them has had to navigate. Lord, give them a sense of identity that is not built on how many people like what they post online. Give them friendships that are real. Give them courage to choose differently when everyone around them is going the wrong direction. Put people in their path who will point them back to you. I pray for the elderly members of my family, the ones who are aging and watching their world get smaller as the people they knew leave one by one, and their bodies do not cooperate the way they used to. Lord, let them not feel forgotten. Let them feel valued. Let the wisdom they carry be received by the people around them. And as they approach the end of the race they have been running, let them feel the peace of a life that mattered, of faith that held, of a Father who has been faithful for every decade they have lived. I pray for the family members I do not have a good relationship with right now, the ones where there has been hurt that has not been resolved, where there is distance that both sides have gotten used to, even though neither side actually wants it. Lord, I release any bitterness I have been holding. I do not want to carry it anymore. And I ask you to work in both hearts, mine and theirs, to create an opening, not necessarily for everything to go back to what it was, but for something honest and real and better than the silence. I pray for the one in my family who is the prodigal right now, the one who has gone in a direction that breaks hearts, who is making choices that are hard to watch, who might be in a dangerous place, dangerous in what they are doing to their body, dangerous in who they have surrounded themselves with, dangerous in how far they have gone from what they were raised to believe. Lord, I have not stopped loving them, and I know you have not stopped loving them either. I ask you to reach them. Let something crack open in them. Let the love that is waiting for them at home be real enough to feel even from far away. Bring them home. Lord, I want to pray now for the people in my life who are not family, the ones I call friends, the ones I work alongside, the ones who have become important to me in ways I do not always say out loud. I pray for my closest friends, the ones who know the real version of me, not the edited one. Bless them today. Let something good happen to them today that they did not see coming. Surprise them with provision, with joy, with a moment of unexpected beauty. Let them feel seen and known and loved in a way that goes beyond what I am able to give them. I pray for anyone in my circle who is struggling in silence, who comes to gatherings and seems fine but is not fine, who has mastered looking okay on the outside while things on the inside are falling apart. Lord, reach past the mask. Let something break through. Let someone ask the right question at the right moment that gives them an opening to say what they have been holding in. I pray for my coworkers or my neighbors, the people I see regularly but may not know deeply. Lord, let me be a source of something good to them today. Let me be patient when patience costs me something. Let me be kind in small ways that I might not think about. Let the way I carry myself today be a quiet witness to something real, not performative, not religious, just real. The kind of life that makes people wonder what you have that they want. I pray for any leader in my life, a boss, a pastor, an elder, a mentor, someone whose decisions affect the direction of my life in some way. Lord, give them wisdom today. Protect them from pressure that would compromise their integrity. Strengthen the things in them that make them good leaders and gently correct the things that need correcting. Surround them with good counsel and honest voices. Father, I want to widen this prayer even further now, because I believe prayer is not meant to stay in a small circle around just the people I know. There are people in hospitals all over the world this morning, in emergency rooms and cancer wards and intensive care units and recovery rooms and every kind of room where people lie hoping and waiting and sometimes losing hope. Lord, go into every one of those rooms. Let every medical professional who walks into them carry something beyond training, something like steadiness, something like clear-sightedness, something like the right instinct at the right moment. Let treatments work. Let procedures go well. Let diagnoses be accurate and complete. And for the ones that medicine has exhausted its ability to help, Lord, let your power take over from there. Let the miraculous be real. Let faith in that room produce something the doctors put in a file they cannot explain. Let people walk out of buildings they were told they might not walk out of. Let the story take a turn that has your handwriting all over it. I pray for those who are grieving, the ones who are in the sharp, raw part of loss, where even breathing feels like a task because there is a person who used to be there who is not there anymore. Lord, comfort them with a comfort that is real, not the kind that makes grief disappear, but the kind that sits with a person inside the grief and makes it possible to keep breathing and keep moving and keep believing that life will feel like life again someday. I pray for those whose grief is old but whose loss still catches them without warning, who are years out from the funeral but woke up this morning and it was fresh again for reasons they could not predict. Let them not feel weak for that. Let them feel held. Let the same God who received that beloved person into eternity hold the ones left behind in a way they can feel even on an ordinary morning. I pray for those who feel invisible, who go through entire days without anyone really seeing them, who have stopped expecting much from the world because the world has been pretty consistently disinterested. Lord, see them today in a way that reaches through whatever screen they are watching this on and touches something real. Let them know they are not invisible to you. Not for a single second have they ever been invisible to you. I pray for those who are afraid, not just nervous, but truly afraid, carrying anxiety that has built its own architecture inside their body and made a home there. The kind that makes their heart beat too fast and their mind race through catastrophes that have not happened yet. The kind that steals sleep and makes ordinary things feel enormous. Lord, let perfect love do what perfect love does, cast out fear, not suppress it, not manage it, cast it out. Replace it in the chest with something solid and warm. Give them a peace that cannot be explained by their circumstances because it does not come from their circumstances. It comes from you. I pray for those who are working through something they never thought they would have to work through, who are dealing with consequences they did not fully see coming, who are sitting in the rubble of decisions they would give anything to go back and make differently. Lord, meet them in that rubble. Do not let shame keep them away from you. You are the God who redeems. You take rubble and build with it. You take the worst decisions of a person's life, and when they give them to you, you somehow fold them into a story that becomes one of the most powerful parts of their testimony. Begin that work today. Lord, I want to pray now for the young people, the ones in their 20s and early 30s who are trying to build a life in a world that does not make it easy. The cost of living is not what it was a generation ago. The path that used to be clear, study, work, build, provide, does not look the same anymore. And they are trying to navigate that while also being hit by noise and comparison and pressure at a scale that no previous generation had to deal with. I pray for every young person who is working hard and still struggling to get ahead, who is doing the right things and feeling like the return is not matching the effort, who is watching the gap between where they are and where they thought they would be by now, and it is discouraging in ways they do not always say out loud. Lord, do not let discouragement settle into hopelessness. Let them see the progress that is happening even when it feels invisible. Let there be a breakthrough moment this year that reminds them the season of building is not wasted. I pray for the young person who is trying to find their calling, who went to school for one thing and does not know if that is what they want anymore, who has an idea tugging at them that they are afraid to take seriously because what if it does not work out? Lord, give them courage and clarity. Let the right doors swing open loudly enough that they cannot miss them, and give the people around them, parents, mentors, friends, the wisdom to encourage rather than create fear. I pray for anyone who is aging and feeling the changes of it, who woke up this morning with pain in a joint that was never a problem before, or fatigue that used to take much more to produce, or a moment of forgetting something that they used to remember effortlessly. Lord, let aging not come with fear. Let it come with a settledness, a peace that comes from knowing their life is held securely regardless of what the body does. And where healing is possible, I ask for it. Let years be added with quality. Let this next season not be a dimming, but a deepening. I pray for anyone who is fighting addiction today, who woke up this morning and the first thought was the thing they are trying not to do, who is on day one again because yesterday did not hold, who is white-knuckling it through this morning and barely holding on. Lord, be very close to that person today, not far and disappointed, close and fighting alongside them. Let today be a day they look back on as the one where something began to change. Give them community. Give them accountability. Give them a reason beyond willpower to stay on the right side of the line today, and then again tomorrow. I pray for the person who is far from home this morning, far geographically, in a different country, in a new city, in a place where they have not yet found their people and where everything feels just a little off because of the unfamiliarity of it, or far from home in a different sense, far from who they used to be, far from the values they were raised with, far from the faith they once had. Lord, let something call them home today. Whatever home looks like. Let there be a pull toward what is good and right and real, and let the road back be shorter than they think. Lord, I want to spend a real moment now on those who have been waiting the longest. There are people in this listening audience who have been praying for the same thing for so long that the prayer has become a kind of weight, not a relief, but a burden. They began with faith, and somewhere along the way, the faith got quieter and the hope got harder to access. They still pray, but sometimes they are not sure they believe anymore. They are not angry at you, or maybe they are a little and they feel guilty about that. But mostly they are just tired of wanting something and not having it. Lord, I lift up every one of those tired, waiting, faithful people to you right now. I pray that you renew their hope, not by answering the prayer today necessarily, though I ask for that too, but by giving them a sense, clear and specific, that the prayer has been heard, that it has not evaporated into the ceiling, that it is held in the hands of a God who is not indifferent to it. I pray that the waiting itself becomes something, that it produces something in those people, a depth of character, a rootedness, a compassion for others who are waiting, that would not have existed without the waiting. I know that can sound like easy comfort from a distance, but Lord, let it be real for them. Let the waiting be working something in them that will be worth more than they can currently see. I pray for the mother who has been praying for her child for 20 years, for the husband who has been praying for his wife's healing for 15, for the woman who has been praying for a marriage partner for what feels like long past the season anyone expected it, for the man who has been praying for his business to turn around for longer than he has told anyone it has been struggling, for anyone who is on year 7 or year 10 or year 15 of a prayer that has not been answered yet in any form they have been able to recognize. I ask you, Lord, would you encourage them today? In a way they cannot miss, in a way specific enough that they know it came from you. A phone call, a word, a passage of scripture that hits them differently today than it ever has. A coincidence that is too precise to be a coincidence. Let something happen today that convinces them. The answer is still coming. The story is not over. You have not forgotten. You are still working. I want to pray about specific areas of life now, because seeking God first is not just a spiritual category. It is practical. It touches work and money and health and relationships and the ordinary grinding details of daily life. Lord, I seek you first over my finances. Whatever the state of my financial life right now, whether things are tight or whether I have been stable for a while, I give that area to you today. I ask for wisdom in how I spend, wisdom in how I save, clarity about where my generosity should go, courage to trust you with money even when money feels like the one thing I cannot afford to be careless with. I seek you first over any debt I am carrying. Lord, I ask for a way through it, not a shortcut, not something dishonest, a real sustainable way forward that I can actually walk out and that lifts the weight of it from my sleep and from my days. Give me wisdom to make a plan. Give me discipline to stay in it, and let there be provision in it that I could not have manufactured on my own. I seek you first over my health. Whatever my body is dealing with right now, something I know about or something I do not know about yet, I give my body to you this morning. Lord, you made it. You know every cell in it. You know what it needs and what it is fighting and what is trying to take up residence in it that does not belong there. I ask for health. I ask for strength. I ask for my body to function in the way you designed it to function. And in the areas where it is not functioning that way right now, I ask for healing. I seek you first over my mental health, over the anxiety if it is there, over the depression if it is there, over the cycles of thought that are not kind to me and do not reflect what is true about me. Lord, let my mind be renewed. Let me begin to think differently, more in line with what you say about me and less in line with what fear and shame have been telling me. Give me professional help if I need it, and let me not be too proud to go get it. And in the meantime, let your truth be louder than the lies I have been believing. I seek you first over my purpose. Lord, there are people listening who are in jobs they do not believe in, going through motions they have been going through for years, wondering if this is all there is for them. Others who feel a call on their life that they cannot quite name or step into. Others who are exactly where they should be but have lost sight of why it matters. Lord, clarify purpose for all of us today. Let us know what we are made for. Let us feel the rightness of walking in it. And let us do even the ordinary parts of today as people who believe their life is going somewhere that matters. I seek you first over my spiritual life, over the condition of my heart, over the disciplines that have slipped, over the prayer life that has gotten thinner than I want it to be. Lord, light a fire, not a guilty fire that shames me into trying harder, a real fire, an appetite, a hunger for you that makes seeking you feel less like a discipline and more like a need. The way someone who has been hungry long enough does not have to be told to eat. They are already looking for food. Let that be me. Let me want you that way. Lord, I want to pray also for those who are carrying a burden that has a specific shape this season. I pray for someone who got news this week that scared them. Medical news, financial news, legal news, news about someone they love. Some piece of information that landed in their world and rearranged everything. Lord, be with them in the rearranging. Let them not have to navigate what is new and frightening without you right alongside them. Give them what they need to take the next step, and then the step after that. I pray for someone who is in the middle of a legal situation, a court case, a contract dispute, a custody battle, something that has been dragging on and costing them money and peace and sleep. Lord, let justice be done. Let truth come to light. Let the right outcome happen in the right time. And in the waiting, give that person a steadiness that does not depend on how the last hearing went. I pray for someone who is in recovery, from addiction, from a difficult season, from a destructive relationship, from something that had a hold on them that they have been working hard to break free from. Lord, honor the hard work they have put in. Let today be a good day in the recovery. When the temptation comes, and it will come, let them have something strong enough in them to meet it with. Let the community around them be the right community. Let the support be real. And on the hard days when they feel like they have lost ground, let them not give up, but let them come back and begin again. I pray for someone who is a caregiver, who is giving the majority of their time and energy and emotional reserves to looking after someone else, a parent, a spouse, a child with a special need, a friend with a serious illness. Lord, this kind of love costs enormously. It gives, and the reserves run low in ways that are hard to explain to people who have not done it. Replenish what has been poured out. Give them rest they do not always get to take. Give them a moment today where they feel cared for too, not just the one who is doing the caring. Let their sacrifice be seen by you, and let them feel that it is seen. I pray for the teacher who is exhausted by the weight of what this generation of young people carries into the classroom, for the nurse who has been working too many hours for too long and is running on something that is almost past running on, for the social worker who carries other people's trauma home in ways they cannot always leave at the office, for the pastor who sits with grief and crisis and need week after week and sometimes wonders who sits with them. Lord, pour back into every one of those people today what they have poured out. Let them feel renewed in a real, physical, tangible way. Let something today remind them why they chose the work they chose. Lord, I want to widen even further and pray for the world beyond my immediate circle, because a heart that seeks you first learns to carry more than its own concerns. I pray for peace in the places in the world where there is war right now, where people wake up to sounds that should not be waking people up, where children are growing up in circumstances no child should grow up in. Lord, I ask for peace. Real, lasting peace. I ask for the right conversations to happen between the right people at the right time. I ask for leaders to be moved toward the table rather than away from it. I ask for protection for civilians. I ask for the displaced to find safety. I pray for the church, not any particular building or denomination, but the body of Christ across the earth. For every community of believers trying to live out the love of Jesus in a specific time and place. Lord, let the church be what it was always meant to be, a place of refuge, of truth, of genuine community, of radical welcome, of honest prayer, of love that costs something. Let the world see something in the community of faith that is compelling and true and not available anywhere else. And I pray for the person who has been hurt by the church, who walked in with real needs and left with real wounds, who carries that history and is not sure they can trust a community of faith again, or trust faith at all after what happened inside a place that was supposed to be safe. Lord, that pain is real, and you do not minimize it. Let them encounter you in a way that is clean and direct and personal. Let healing happen in that specific, particular wound. Father, I want to come back now to the main thing, the thing this whole prayer has been about from the very first breath, seeking you first. I want to be honest about what gets in the way, not as confession for its own sake, but because honesty is where real things happen. The world is very loud, and the tools we carry in our pockets make it louder. Before my feet hit the floor in the morning, I have access to everything that is happening everywhere, every opinion being formed about it, every argument being made, every distraction competing for my attention. The noise of the world is aggressive and constant and designed by very smart people to keep my attention locked onto it. And sometimes it wins. Sometimes I am already deep into that noise before I have even thought about you. There is also the noise of my own worry, the mental habit of waking up and beginning to calculate what has to happen today, what could go wrong, what I forgot to handle, what someone is expecting from me that I am not sure I can deliver. The worrying mind does not wait for me to invite it. It begins on its own and can be well into its first run-through of every possible problem before I have had a chance to remember that I do not have to carry those problems alone. And so I confess this morning, Lord, that seeking you first is sometimes not my first impulse. That busyness and worry and distraction beat me to it on more mornings than I am proud of. That there have been days, many days, where I came to you at the end of the day instead of the beginning, already worn down from trying to handle everything without you. I am not telling you this because you do not know it. I am telling you because saying it out loud is part of how I change it. Today, I want something to shift, not just for this morning, but for the pattern of my mornings. I want seeking you first to be so embedded in how I begin my days that it becomes the most natural thing. More natural than reaching for my phone, more automatic than the worry, more established than the habit of trying to solve everything myself before I remember to ask the one who already has the answer. Help me build that, Lord. Help me protect that. Remind me when the day gets loud and busy that you are still there and still first and still the most important thing I will do all day. Let the peace that comes from this time with you be something I recognize and crave, so that missing it costs me something I notice, and finding it again brings me something I cannot get anywhere else. When I seek you first, I walk into my day knowing I am not alone in it. When I seek you first, I see problems differently because I know who I can take them to. When I seek you first, my priorities rearrange themselves around what actually matters, and I stop wasting energy on things that do not. When I seek you first, there is a groundedness in me that does not come from circumstances being good. It comes from knowing who holds the circumstances in his hands. This is what I want, Lord, every morning, not just today. I want this to be the pattern of my life. You first, before coffee, before the news, before the worry has a chance to unpack its bags in my chest, before anyone or anything else gets my best attention on any given day. Help me build that. Help me protect that. Help me not let the world talk me out of it when things get busy, because busy is exactly when I need it most. Let me speak to you directly one more time. Wherever you are, whatever brought you here today, you are not too far gone for today to matter. Whatever your history is, whatever this week has already been, whatever you did yesterday that you are not proud of, or whatever was done to you that you are not over yet. You are not too far gone for today to matter, for today to be the day something shifts, for today to be the one you look back on later and say, "That was the morning everything started to change." That is possible. That is more than possible. That is the kind of thing God does. He takes ordinary mornings and makes them into turning points. He takes people who came to prayer with barely anything left and sends them back into their day with more than they brought in. That is what He is doing right now. For you sought God first this morning. You turned toward Him before you turned toward anything else. And that act of turning, that small, faithful, imperfect, genuine turning, it counts. It is registered. It is received. And God, who sees everything done in secret, will meet it openly. Now I want to make some final declarations over everyone who has prayed along with me today. We declare that this day is different because we started it differently. We declare that something has shifted already in the atmosphere around our lives because we came to God first, and God does not receive His children empty-handed. We declare that we are not walking into today as orphans. We walk in as sons and daughters of the Most High God. That identity does not change based on how the morning goes. It does not change based on how we feel. It does not change based on what anyone says about us or to us today. We are His. Full stop. Everything else is secondary. We declare that the same God who parted the Red Sea is alive and active and at work in the specific details of our specific lives today. Not just in the Bible, not just in history. Right now. Today. In a kitchen in Texas and a hospital room in Ohio and a bus in London and an apartment in Manila and wherever else these words are reaching, the same God, the same power, the same faithfulness. We declare that everything we have surrendered this morning is in better hands than ours. It is not lost. It is not forgotten. It is held carefully and with intention by a Father who knows exactly what He is doing with it. We declare that joy is available to us today. Real joy. Not manufactured, not forced, not conditional on everything working out. The deep, settled, quiet joy of knowing we are not alone, we are not forgotten, we are not facing this day on our own strength. That joy is available right now. We receive it. We declare that the love of God is not going anywhere. Not today, not tomorrow, not in 10 years when we have made more mistakes we cannot yet predict. Not ever. The love of God has no expiration date and no conditions attached to it, and it is pointed directly at every person listening to these words right now. We declare that healing is possible for whatever is broken in our bodies, for whatever is wounded in our hearts, for whatever has been damaged by loss or betrayal or time. Healing is not just something that happened in a Bible story. Healing is still the business of God, and we are asking for it today in every area of every life that needs it. We declare that every need is known and every need will be met, not through worry, not through striving harder than we have already been striving, but by a Father who owns everything and who has never once run short of what His children needed. We declare that nothing in our lives today is beyond the reach of His grace. Not one thing. We declare it done. We declare it settled. We declare this day belongs to God, and we walk into it without fear. So go. Go now. Go into this day with the God who made the morning right there beside you. Go into that meeting knowing the Lord of all wisdom is walking in beside you. Go into that hospital appointment knowing the healer of every body is already in the room. Go into that difficult conversation knowing the God of reconciliation goes before you. Go into that long and ordinary work shift knowing that even ordinary faithfulness is seen and honored by the one who does not miss a thing. Go into whatever you have been dreading knowing that you were not sent out there alone. You were sent out there with the same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead alive inside you. That is not a small thing to carry into a hard day. That is the most powerful thing in the universe, and it lives in you. You do not have to be afraid of today. You do not have to be crushed by today. You do not have to handle today by yourself. You sought God first this morning. That means something. That changes something. Even when you cannot feel it changing, it is. Even when the day gets hard and you forget for a few minutes what you prayed this morning, it still counted. The foundation is there. The truth you declared this morning is still true whether your feelings keep up with it or not. Come back to it as many times as you need to today. Come back to God first, again, whenever the day tries to take you over. There is no limit on how many times you can turn toward Him. There is no cap on how many times He will meet you there. He is always first, and He is always enough. If this prayer touched something in you today, if it reached a need you had not found words for, or said something you have been needing to hear for a while, I want to ask you to do something simple. Share this prayer with someone who needs it. Maybe someone who is struggling right now but has not said so out loud. Maybe someone who lost their way a little and needs a morning like this to find it again. Maybe someone who has never prayed much before, and this is exactly the kind of prayer that meets them right where they are. Send it to them. Let it do for them what it did for you. If you have been watching this channel and you have not subscribed yet, subscribe now. New prayers go up regularly and every single one is made for you, to help you start your day anchored, grounded, and reminded of who you belong to. Leave a word in the comments, just one word about what this prayer did for you this morning, or leave a prayer request, and know that others in this community will be praying with you. This is not a comment section. It is a prayer room, and there are people here who will stand in agreement with you for whatever you are believing for. Give this video a like. It is a small thing that costs you nothing, and it helps this prayer reach more people who need exactly what it says. Now before you go, one final blessing, because I am not sending you out there without this. May the Lord go before you today and prepare the way you cannot yet see. May His peace guard your heart and your mind in every hour between now and when you lay your head down tonight. May His strength be underneath you when your own runs out, and it will be enough. May His joy catch you off guard at least once today in a way you were not expecting. May His goodness follow so close behind you today that when you turn around, you cannot miss it. May every step you take today be ordered by His hand, and may every step land somewhere solid. You are loved today without condition. You are covered today without fail. You are not forgotten today, not even for a moment. Go in the name of the Lord, and may this day bear fruit that lasts. Amen.